In this short series, I'm going to show you how to get Google reCAPTCHA set up within a Laravel application using Alpine.js to control the submission of the form. And what we're going to do is start with the most simple solution, just get this working. And then we're going to think about reusability, because most likely there are going to be multiple places on a site that you want to use this. So we're not just going to implement it as per the docs. We're going to make sure we can reuse this through lots of different forms. Now we're going to take a look at a really simple demo. We just have a create post button here. We're not actually submitting any data through, but you can see that Google reCAPTCHA is enabled. Let's go over here and click create post, and that looks like that did actually pass. We've set a threshold for this, so we can choose the threshold in the rule that we implement in the back end, and you can choose this and change this based on the actual form you're submitting. So I think if I just try and submit this a few times really quickly, and there we go. If we submit that too quickly afterwards, you can see that we get a failed reCAPTCHA message, which is just a validation message. You can pretty much change this to whatever you want. Okay, so now that we've seen how this works, let's go ahead and get a fresh Laravel app set up and get this working. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with a fresh Laravel app. Let's just call this reCAPTCHA 3. And once that's finished, we can go ahead and open this up. That is now done. So let's go ahead and cd into that directory and just open that up. Okay, so now project open here. Let's go ahead and first of all just run php artisan serve. And let's head over to our browser and just refresh this. At the moment, this page, of course, does not exist. That's exactly what we want to create. So let's start out by going ahead and creating a controller. So let's call this post controller. Just going to keep things really simple here. And let's go ahead and open this up. So let's open post controller up, and let's go ahead and create a view for this as well. So let's come down to resources and views, and let's just create a create.blade.php file in there, and we'll just say create. So we can go ahead and hook this up now inside of our controller. Let's just make this invocable, and we're going to go ahead and return that view that we just created. So that's just called create, although probably live in a subdirectory there. Okay, let's go over to our web roots and let's register this out. So let's go ahead and create a root called /posts/create, and let's go ahead and reference that post controller, and we should be good. There it is. What I'm actually going to do is go ahead and make this not invocable, because what we really want is some kind of create method and then some kind of store method as well. So let's go ahead and just dump something in here and just say store the post. This is where we're going to implement our validation rules a little bit later for reCAPTCHA. So if we go back over to our web roots, let's go ahead and reference the create method here, and then let's post through to this, and that's just post through to post, and change this over to store. Okay, so let's go over to the create.blade.php file. Let's go ahead and create a form out in here with an action of post, an action of something, and a method of post. And let's go ahead and just reference /posts in there. Let's create out a button in here with the type of submit, and that's going to go ahead and create the post. Okay, let's just try this out. Create post, and yeah, we just need to, of course, implement our cross-site request forgery protection, and we should be good. Great, so that works. Now, before we do anything, let's go ahead and create a base layout here. So I'm just, again, going to create this directly in here called app.blade.php. In reality, this would be, of course, structured in some kind of folder. And we're just going to use a standard Blade layout here. We're going to go ahead and yield in some content. And then over in create.blade.php, we can go ahead and extend this base layout. Extends, it would normally be in a layouts directory, but that's fine. And we're going to go ahead and define this section in here of content. And let's go down and end that section, and we're done. So now we should just have a kind of standard HTML page. And that's really important because eventually we're going to load Alpine in, and also the script for reCAPTCHA 3 as well. So now that we're done with the base of this and we know where we're submitting through, we can go over to the next part and look at setting up reCAPTCHA and getting it on the page ready to go.